The minutes, do you have any comments? Are there any changes you'd like to see? And if not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
I second.
Thank you. All in favor of approving the minutes as presented? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So motion passes. Thank you. Do we have any public comment?
None received.
And no guests today?
Nothing from the public.
Okay. Thanks, Hillary. The Art Fund report. Samantha.
Good afternoon. So that was available in your packet is the overview page. And again, nothing out of the ordinary. We will see the majority of our revenue come in between now and after Art Sip and Stroll. And the majority of our expenses. So a lot of that's already going out. We have not sold any additional art recently. And then the public art restricted fee fund for the art walk. We have had some small revenue transfer recently, which was about $3,500. So those would have been permits that were finaled. I go through that quarterly with finance, and I look up which permits are finaled, and I transfer that deposit money over. And then as far as expenses, we're tracking a little bit ahead. Spending a little more than we had adopted in the budget, but that was actually expected because some of those expenses were unplanned as far as the maintenance to Chaos Pamplona again this year, and then the maintenance to Sidewalk Judge, but we brought in additional revenue for that as well. So no issues there. The fund balance is just over $28,000 right now, which is actually tracking above what we were anticipating when we budgeted last year. So Rhonda and I keep in close communication about how many sculptures we can be swapping in and out. I did neglect to put the report in for the Town of Yountville Community Foundation update. You'll see that again next month. There's been no change to that. We sit under, what did I tell you, just about 80,000. Yeah. And just as a reminder, the only thing we have pending expense-wise out of the foundation is the $10,000 for the repair and update of the mural, the underpass mural, and we're still waiting on the artist to confirm time frame for that. So they're in Southern California, and so we're just trying to find the best time to get them up here. And they estimated, I think I said that, about $10,000 to go through some of the damage from the overpass project that happened about a year ago. We had some runoff that stained and things like that. So I'll keep you updated on that. But happy to answer any questions about the financials report. And then if not, I can just give a quick update on the budget process with the town.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so we did present the budget to the town council, and I was not here that day. I was out unexpectedly, but I did watch the video, and Celia presented it for us really wonderfully. There were no real questions or any concerns, and so the budget, as you approved, was presented to the council and was approved, or not approved. It was there were no questions or suggested changes, and so the council, I think it's June 5th, will formally adopt the budget. May 19th will formally adopt the budget. And so probably, and again, those numbers will then start July 1. So probably at our June meeting, I'll come back and I'll recap, give you all another copy of here's what we agreed to and planned for. So as we work through the next 2 years, we kind of use that as our guide.
We still have, excuse me, two sculptures for the art walk that we could do this year.
This fiscal year.
Might not be bad to try to get those done, huh?
Yeah, that money, the Fund 23, it doesn't matter because it never goes anywhere. So if it doesn't happen before the end of the fiscal year, it doesn't change anything really. Because that Fund 23, the art walk fund, it just always rolls over. So. Yeah, if we don't place it this year, we could place an extra one next year, I guess is my point. Yeah.
I'm not sure of the timing about the sculptures. I think there's actually 3 of them that are supposed to come in June.
Okay. Yeah. We can be flexible. Yeah.
Right. Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So, Art Walk. Before we get into if it's all right, Hillary, before we get into the new sculpture, I wanted to ask Sam about the construction on Humboldt and Jefferson or whatever it is, as far as anticipating the new sculpture they're planning, or if they are, or what they're doing?
So I'll check back in with the planning and building department. I was communicating with them about 2 months ago, so I shared all the forms and documentation that they would have to provide to place art, and I have not received anything back. So I'll check in on that and see. I don't believe I know they've received the permit to clear the area, but I'm not sure if they've received their final building permit yet. So I'll check in on all that and update you.
Okay, that'd be great. Thank you. Okay, so you see in your packet, we have a proposal from James Moore. This one is called Heart of the Matter. Of course, we're losing Muse, even though she looks great where she is. But that pad has always been considered for the bench that's coming sometime in June. So the timing is really around the bench sculpture coming in. This sculpture is available if you approve it, then he'll hold it for us. And the fate of Muse, I don't know. But for now, she's going home to Noel's.
Happy birthday, Noel.
Pardon me?
Happy birthday, Noel.
Yes, happy birthday.
We've all chipped in.
We'll send the bill to. And Tim is going to pick up any slack, right?
Unfortunately, the one we chipped in for is only about this tall.
Yeah.
You know what, that's okay.
Are there any questions in consideration of this sculpture? The intended place at this point, although it's still flexible in some ways, is where Circle of Trust is. Circle of Trust, we're working on it going back to the artist. So it would go there. It's a smaller pad. This is, 24 at the base. And I think it'll be, when you come around that corner, I think you'll see it because he's tall. He's 11 feet, and he's colorful. And
It's right on that walk, that turn on that walk, right, Raider?
when you just come over the bridge,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the plan at this point. So that's it. So, having said that, any questions?
So are we going to move to accept this sculpture at this point?
Well, if you'd like to.
Well, I would like to.
Second it.
Don't forget your mic, Noel.
I would like to move to bring in Heart of the Matter to the Art Walk.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I second it.
Thank you very much. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? Okay, thank you very much. He'll be happy, and we'll just kind of I'll inform you, I'll keep you informed where we are in terms of timing on him. Okay. Anything else you might want to wonder about on the art walk? It's always fluid, so I'm happy to answer any questions. Otherwise, that's all I have. Okay. So, shall we move to the gallery report?
I don't think he included that in his email, but we could just give an update. You want to give a little, Catherine show? I'm putting Caitlin on the spot, sorry.
For Catherine Zimmer's show, photo art in the moment, we've had steady traffic in the gallery space, so it's been pretty consistent. And lots of people in and out and taking time to really take in her photography, which has been great. And then we've had 2 weekends where we've been open, just because we've had a lot of events, so we've had to be closed for those private events. But 2 weekends, and both have been about like 15 to 20 guests inside the gallery space, which is great. So she's definitely getting good foot traffic, especially since it's only been like, I think 2-3 weeks that she's had the show open. Yeah. So.
I think we've had one sale. Is that
Yep.
correct?
One sale.
Good. That's great. Well, she's out there pushing it, just like you all are.
Yeah.
So, and I, I think with her energy, she's going to be great to be in there during Art Sip and Stroll.
Oh, absolutely.
I can see her out in front rounding people up.
Yeah.
So,
And I know we've been working with Chaz Polito. He had some of his helpers in measuring and doing stuff in the gallery. And then the show after that is Betty Priolo, and she's very excited. And we're working with her and her son to get that going. Just as a reminder, she just turned 91. 91 and has lived in Yountville for 30 plus years. So this is thrilling for her. And I think the community is really going to be excited about it. So.
good. Okay, anything else, Linda? You're on the gallery committee. Anything else? No. I don't think the schedule as presented last month has changed any.
Jeffrey and I are working with an exhibit for 2026.
7.
27, yeah, 27, yeah. So we're in the process of evaluating and talking with the artist, and we're
Right.
going to be doing that mid-May.
Awesome. That's great.
ALIDO.
If we keep this up, we'll be into 2028.
I know.
It's nice to be popular.
Yeah.
Okay. Sam, do you want to
The
read
literary?
Jeffrey's report? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jeffrey couldn't be here, obviously. He sent a literary update. So the bookmark story contest has opened, and more information is going out to all of the high schools in the county. And Jeffrey is passing out lots of flyers. And I submitted it through Peach Jar today, which is their online system for pushing flyers out to all the schools. And as long as it's free, that's all free, which is nice. And I like to remind people, so for the first time this year, we're accepting poems in English and Spanish, and so all of our marketing obviously is in English and Spanish, and Jeffrey's worked really hard to find a great group of Spanish-speaking and reading individuals to do the evaluations of those, so it should be terrific, and that's open for quite some, till June 6th, I believe it is that correct?
Isn't it?
June 30th.
June 30th, sorry, yeah,
thought
so
it was
through
longer.
June, yeah, it's a long process.
But isn't it in September?
The awards are in September. Yeah, so it's a long
Yeah.
process. And then the ekphrastic poetry chapbook is coming together, so that is finished, and we're working on printing it, so that'll be available at Art Sip and Stroll. And then after, you might remember, it's the book of poems that the writers have written and use the art walk sculptures as their inspiration. So there was quite a few that changed and some that stayed the same, but we're printing those again internally. And then the Tuesday Writers Roundtable is offered in collaboration with the Napa County Library. So they're meeting once a month, and he said appreciation was expressed for the kind of atmosphere and feedback style that has been established with this group. So that's led by Jeffrey and Marianne Lyon, and people really enjoy it. So those are Jeffrey's updates.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. Thank you, Jeffrey, wherever you are. Okay, well, sit back. We've got a marketing subcommittee report next.
This month's report is all about lights, camera, action.
Yeah.
Because we
Don't
had
forget
a
to
lot
turn
of media coverage. It was wonderful.
Hey, Noelle.
It's on. Maybe closer? Okay. To start off with, the Art Walk, Napa Valley Life summer issue, which is a little while away, but we're trying to stay all over it and keep the media coverage coming. There's a beautiful article about Richard Marx and a photo layout. It's included. We got it for approval. It hasn't even been published yet, but it's at the back of the packet, and I urge you to take a look at it. It's really beautiful. And we also, regarding the Art Walk, we had KGO Localish out here this past Wednesday, April 20th, and and it was Dog Friendly Yountville, which was really a lot of fun. Our past commissioner, Cindy Caption, brought in an array of dogs to be strolling through town and visiting tasting rooms and hotels, and it was great. And I talked a little bit about the art walk and what kind of a beautiful walk it provides for people when they come with their pets or when they come by themselves. So that should be airing around May 17th, but the date keeps changing, so we'll keep you posted on that, and we'll get a link on that also. And then Good Day Sacramento was out here for the entire morning on April 20th, and it was basically one 16-minute promotion on Art Sip and Stroll. It was supposed to be, which is fine, it was supposed to be more of Yountville Arts, but somehow we covered all of Yountville Arts. We covered the gallery, we covered the art walk, we covered Art Sip and Stroll, but they kept integrating Art Sip and Stroll into it. That don't miss it. So it was absolutely wonderful. Richard Marks came, and we had to prepare for rain because we were going to talk to him out in front of his beautiful Love Wine 2 sculpture. And when we saw it was rain, Rhonda gave him a call and arranged to have his mini sculptures brought into the gallery. So we had his sculptures in the gallery, and we had the host talk with him in the gallery. So that worked out really well. And when it wasn't raining, we ran outside, and Rhonda and I were at Chaos and Rocky and talking all about the different sculptures. So that was the one bit that worked out well. And Catherine Zimmer was in the gallery showing her beautiful exhibit, promoting the gallery, and of course Art Sip and Stroll. And then the last segment was all about Art Sip and Stroll, even though the whole 16 minutes or so was all about Art Sip and Stroll. And Rhonda arranged to have different Art Sip and Stroll artists come in and show their beautiful artwork. So we had jewelry, we had ceramics, we had paintings, and then Frederick Bolin came in from Jessup and he poured wine. So we basically did a little mini Art Sip and Stroll in the gallery. So it was wonderful, and they just filmed, and the host, Cody Stark, loves the arts, and they were very generous with the time they shared with us, and it was all live to studio. And the last segment was pre-recorded and also went to studio, so I suppose there could have been redos on it, but all the rest was live, so there was no, what you see is what you get, and it was a lot of fun. And I believe we shared a link with everybody on that, didn't we? To the show?
I don't know if you shared it with everybody, but
Oh, maybe we didn't. Well, we're going to do that. So
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have sent that out to the whole commission, but yeah, we will.
no apologies necessary. Usually I do that, and I did not.
so what you'll see is 16 minutes of us when in reality they were reporting the news. It was one of those kind of
Yeah,
broadcasts.
every hour we got a 4 to 6 minute segment, starting at 7 o'clock in the morning. We were all there at 6:45, and Caitlin was here at 6:30, maybe 6:15, opening everything up. So it was a real group effort, and it really paid off. I believe, Sam, did you say there was a bump in ticket sales for Art Sip and Stroll after the segment aired?
Yes, we saw a bump that day, and then I don't know if they keep rolling it, but we have a lot of marketing going on, so
Oh,
it's
I
hard
know.
to
It's
track where it's
wonderful.
coming from. But yeah, ticket sales are
It's
strong.
really
Or
wonderful.
tasting packages.
And
And
then,
then coming up is the Channel 2, KTVU.
oh, yes.
Hopefully, it's going to come together with Heather Holmes, who the last 2 years, she's been really generous enough to interview one of us on camera. And it's also live. And she loves the event. She's come every year. So Marita's arranging that, and it's just a matter of securing the date. But it will actually be the week of Art Sip and Stroll. So
And Rhonda, you'll be on that, correct? You'll be
at this point,
wonderful. So you're getting camera ready more and more every year. Regarding the gallery, the article is being written. Actually, it has been written about Chaz Polito. I know we're trying to I'm going to be away on vacation, so I've tried to really get everything taken care of before I leave. So that article has been written, and all the photos have been submitted to 6557. So that'll be coming out in the summer issue, and it'll come out in time to coordinate with his gallery show, which will be really nice. And I already told you about Catherine Zimmer on Good Day Sacramento. And then the Chamber sent out a lovely newsletter Saturday, April 25th, called Your Guide to Art in Yountville, and it was just showing so much love to Yountville arts. It was really wonderful. And Art Sip and Stroll, Good Day Sacramento, 4 segments. Okay, we already talked about that. And then one other thing is that in the August Food and Wine issue, we will get a full page of coverage in Napa Valley Scene in the front of magazine, which will have photos from Art Sip and Stroll and a very brief article, about an 80-word paragraph talking about it. So that'll be nice. And we also have a new photographer this year, Amy Little, who will be here. She's a professional photographer. She's wonderful. So we're really looking forward to a lot of good photos to share with the magazine. And that's it. We're just waiting for the next camera to show up in town.
It's really, I can't say enough about it. You have to shake your head at us getting all of this attention, and it's because of everybody, so everyone. So it's just great. The only thing, if you don't mind if I add,
Please take it away.
this Marketplace magazine, which people do read, does have a nice blurb on Art Sip and Stroll, which is generous of them. So I just wanted to make everybody aware of that. I see the promotion for Art Sip and Stroll everywhere. So I hope people do too. Okay.
The commission report, not for Art Sip and Stroll. Okay.
Okay, so Judy,
Yes.
do we have a performing arts subcommittee?
Yes. So PJ was busy while I was gone, and now PJ's gone, so I'm busy. So she made the initial reach to, for the movie, we're trying to get John Charles to introduce it, and she was unable to, but today I was able to contact somebody who forwarded the information to him, and I copied you guys on it. So it's in their marketing department, so I'll follow up and we'll make sure that we.
With Sean Clark?
Yeah. So, and then I asked him to participate, and PJ didn't talk to me about. She didn't give me any more than that about who else she wants to pour, but Frederick would probably be a good person to pour also, because it is a movie about Provence and a guy who takes over a vineyard in Provence. So we'll give you an update. Hopefully we'll have more information and have them sealed by next June. And then I was able to get Hunter's information for R&O, and PJ talked to him, and he's all in and wants to be a partner. So we're thinking that we're going to change it to the Art of Caviar. Again, I'm going to talk to him now, so I'm going to reach out to him tomorrow and find out. We'll get more details, and I'll meet with him in person, and we'll be able to follow up with that. And
That's in August.
That's in August. Everything is in the fall for us. And then the other thing is she tried so many times to get a hold of the tap dancer, and she hasn't been able to.
I never heard back from him either, Judy. I don't know why. So I'll try him again.
Yeah, because we thought he would be fabulous. It would be
Yeah.
an opportunity to maybe, teach steps or feature him or whatever. But,
I have his phone number also.
okay.
I know he's working a job in the meantime, looking for work in his profession, but it doesn't seem logical that he wouldn't respond to us. But I never heard back from him either.
Okay.
So I'll remember to.
Yeah, well, if not, we'll find out. We'll figure something else out. Maybe
It'd
we'll
be
get.
fun.
There is a group called in Yountville called something Tap Dancers. They're like, I don't know, older ladies, and they have a little group. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Dolly's, is it Dolly's? Yeah. Are they
Yeah.
still dancing?
I didn't think they were, but maybe they are. They're probably a smaller group at this point, but yeah.
By attrition.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was ill.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple of dance schools now in Napa. It might, if we end up having to reach out, I think we could explore that as well. There's
Yeah.
the Slow Fox or something, and then a different one. So-
Because originally we thought, like with the tap dancer, maybe we could do like show tunes. So we're trying to figure out what it's going to be based on, who we get to be entertainment. But Jeffrey's on board, so he'll create a playlist that'll go with it.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, hopefully we get the
Yeah.
tap dancer.
Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah.
So that's it for us right now.
Okay.
Looking forward to Art Sip and Stroll.
So are we.
So how are we
Segue.
doing?
We're doing great. I think today when I checked, we're about 190 tasting packages sold. So
Is that good?
it is. It's pretty much on par with last year for pre-sales. So I'm anticipating they can start picking up next Wednesday at the community center, and I think we were about like 240 by then. But we're having a lot of marketing happening right now. There's a lot of website traffic. I'll share all the data with you after, but most of our ad spends are going out right now. So the Sacramento Bee and the Press Democrat and some regional papers in the East Bay and San Francisco. So that's all happening between now and Sunday. And then our website traffic is really strong, which is great. Social media response has been really strong, and we're running a lot of Google ads. So that's for the search engine and then also on YouTube. So you get a lot of analytics through that, and those are really strong. So I'm excited to kind of see, it's a great year of us collecting that data for marketing so that we can really hone in and analyze what makes sense. The QR code thing in the print advertisement, I'm like, there's no way only 3 people saw that. So I think that QR codes, I don't know, in some of the print, if it's really a good way to measure how many people saw it or whatnot. So, but yeah, our website traffic's great. And I love in the end, we can see, if people are coming to see specific artists on the website, you can actually see that, like how many specific artists got, someone clicked on their page and all of that. So I feel really great about it. We sent out the final artist assignments last week. We've had a couple drop out previous to that for a variety of reasons, mostly medical things, which I think are just unforeseen, but we're still at, I believe, 82 right now. So we're still really strong. We have a great response from wineries. We're at 14 wineries, and then the Yacht Room, because of its proximity, asked, and they are fairly new right across the street with their rebranding, if they could pour inside, and I said sure. So that takes us to 15, which is great. 4 of the wineries are donating wine, and then we partnered them up with 4 nonprofits. So we have the Napa Valley Museum represented, Open Studios, Hospitality Hounds, and then the Napa Valley Support Services, who we've hired to clean our artwork. So they're all coming to pour wines for those wineries. I think it's just this is the most we've had of the nonprofit pouring partners, but I think it works really well for the nonprofits to have outreach in the wineries to say, I can donate wine, but I don't have people I can send. So it's a really great partnership.
And it's great exposure for them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's hard
And they're really excited. Some more than others are really getting into, decorating and having stand-up banners and things like that. So, but yeah, we've confirmed all the musicians, all the food trucks, all those kind of things that we have to do leading up to it. And then next Wednesday, you'll start to see tent load in. So they'll start with the plaza, and then they come Thursday and do the lawn. And then Friday is really the big load-in day for the community center driveway and the estate Yountville.
So Wednesday they start?
They start on the community center plaza on Wednesday. Yeah, so it takes them 4 days to load all the tents in. Yeah, and 1 to take it down. So
It breeds, fast.
Yeah,
It creates excitement.
It does. It does. Absolutely. People come in and say, "What's going on?" And I believe we'll swap out Catherine's banner out front with an Art Sip and Stroll banner next week when the tents start going in. So it'll start building more excitement. But yeah, otherwise I feel really positive. The weather's looking great, mid to high 70s. which right now, it's far out, but I track it every day. Next week's going to be in the 90s, and I was like, please no. So it looks like it'll cool back off. So yeah, is there anything you want to add? I think we're in really good shape.
I think you covered it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we feel really good about it.
So we haven't had any fallout since they got their assignments?
Nope.
So that's
Everybody seemed happy, and I do put the disclaimer in there because we have had to move some numbers as people have dropped out, but we're not moving sites. Like, I'm not telling people they have to move a site. So yeah, no, just more questions from new artists once they see where they're at. Can I have a wall here? Do I have to, can I put art on the outside of my booth? So just more so logistical questions.
That's great.
Yeah, so we're really strong on staff. We don't really need volunteers that day. We just really encourage commissioners to come enjoy it, introduce yourself to the artists, and if you get feedback, try to make a note so that you can share that with us in the future. But they get their survey as well. But it should be a really great day. Yeah,
That's great. The only thing I would add is Open Studios is one that's going to pour for us from a nonprofit standpoint. And there are 30 artists, association artists participating in Art Step and Stroll.
Wow.
Which I think is great. It's great support from them. We're giving them back by supporting them. And I didn't realize there were that many, but I saw a list, and it's pretty impressive. So thank you, guys. Okay.
It's a perfect opportunity when Rhonda says we're giving back. We are getting an article in 6557 about Open Studios. And of course, Yountville Arts will be mentioned because, we help each other and we work together. So it seemed like a really wonderful way to support them by getting them a beautiful article. So that'll be coming around the time of Open Studios. So we're excited about that.
we're also hosting them 2 weekends on the Community Center Plaza as they lead up to their event, and that's one of our plaza activation projects, a way to creatively bring more retail options to Yountville and activate our front plaza. So we've been working with Open Studios on a couple weekends that we're doing that. So, and they'll have, some music integrated and wine, and then have featured artists out there too. So it's been a great partnership. They have a really strong group working with them right now. So
They're great,
it's been really productive.
Well, and thank you for working with them. It's great. All right. So thank you. Are there any staff informational reports?
No, I just did want to share, we are recruiting we have 4 commissioner seats that are terming out in July. If you're one of them, you were already notified. And so it's our 4-year, and then we have a 3-year and then a 4-year. So just so that you all know, we welcome you all to reapply. Thank you for those who already did. And then as the process is now, the council only interviews if there's more applicants than seats. And if not, then you'll just hear from the clerk and communications department. So
I should know this. 2-year term?
2-year term.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought you said 4 years.
No, we do four commissioner seats 1 year, 3 the next. So we go a 4-3 cycle. Sorry. No, 2-year commitment. Yes. Yeah. For you, Rhonda, it's for life. So I don't know why you care. No. But yes, I did reach out by email if you were one of them. So the 3 of you are not. So Judy, David, and Linda are on the same cycle. And then the others are on the one. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Could I just wanted to note we had a really great tour up at the Member Art Center at the Veterans Home. I know Rhonda and Noelle, sorry, my memory's not great, were able to attend, and council, Margie Moeller and Pam Reeves from the town council were able to go, and then Mario Kyoto came and met as well. So it was really great. For those of you who hadn't seen it yet, it was terrific. And then just kind of making those connections, and hopefully it's a really good connection between the home and Mario to kind of get some sculpture projects online. That was a smaller tour, so if any of you were not able, we only did the chair and vice chair, but if any of the other commissioners are interested in setting up a tour of the Veterans Home Member Arts Center, just let me know, or even, maybe even connect with David, since he's up there once a week at least. But it was really productive. It was nice to get the 2 groups together and just see what's possible. So thank you for all of your work up
We
there
have
too.
a field trip scheduled for, I think it's the 11th. I think Roberta might have coordinated it to meet Mario.
At his studio.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, you're going to be blown away.
That's wonderful.
a bunch of them are going.
It's amazing. Amazing. So,
May 11th?
oh, I'm so thrilled.
I think it's May 11th, but I'm not entirely
So they're
sure.
taking a group of home members to
Yeah,
Mario's
yeah,
studio? That's wonderful.
Heard Joe talking about it last Friday.
Perfect.
Yeah,
love it.
He is really supportive of arts in general, and he mentors a lot of artists. He has them come in and do residencies with him, and his studio, as Sam says, it's almost overwhelming. It's just sculpture, and it's great. Thank you, Mario.
I have to say, for whoever has not been there, I had not been there, and it is so impressive. The facilities they have available to the vets, the creativity, the ceramics, I leaves me speechless, quite honestly, and I highly recommend that you go up and just to look and
Yeah, I would
see what
love it.
is
I would
available
love
to
to
them. And clearly, they're taking advantage of it. The women and the gentlemen were just so actively involved in the arts. It was wonderful.
And I think we have 7 or 8 artists attending Art Sip and Stroll. So we've basically the back patio with all the new counters and everything will be dedicated to the Veterans Home artists. And I believe they have 7 or 8 participating. So, various things, pottery and painting and jewelry and lots of things. So make sure you stop by there too.
Yeah. Thank you. Commissioner reports. Did you have anything? No. Okay. Linda? Okay.
So we had a meeting of the Community Foundation, and we were brainstorming for the small grants for Imagining Yountville for 2027. And at the last meeting, we had reopened the scholarship program so that the people who didn't get funded could actually could reconsider taking the comments and reapply. We didn't get anybody doing the reapplication. And part of the Community Foundation members, they were concerned that we don't get a lot of applications. Like this year, we only got 5. But as Sam pointed out, we're only 2 years old with this Imagine Yountville. So we're reaching out and we're doing pretty well, but we're thinking about how to have a wider audience, how to connect, how to make it more focused, maybe more goals to get people to think about what they might be able to do, to be able to help, reimagining, if you will, Yountville, what we could do. So we're really looking at key issues, and the key issues were the goals of the grant applications, trying to make it clear that when you write the grant, you need to be real clear about your goals and what your objectives are, so when you come back and do the annual evaluation, it's easy to marry them with what you've accomplished, what you said you were going to do. So we're working on that language. We're also working on the marketing process, because we don't think that, even though Sam and the community has done a lot with promoting it, we think we might be able to do more with marketing. So that's the next big issue that we're going to be tackling. And we want to clarify the grant application information. It's pretty simple, but it's also a little bit so simple that if you're new to writing a grant, you really won't know what we're asking you to do. So we're going to reconsider what that looks like to try to make it easier for people to target what they're doing. We also talked about being able to, we have a Q&A session where the applicants can come in and ask us questions. But we're thinking about maybe be able to help them with some structure and giving them some feedback and helping them reformulate, if you will, or I should say, reimagine their grant. They come with this idea, but maybe we ask some good questions. We can help them expand and be a little bit more inclusive or expansive in what their application is going to be. So really working on this. So we're trying to get more people applying, and we're also entertaining the idea of having smaller projects. The grant itself is $20,000. That's the maximum you can ask for a grant. But we're also thinking about maybe we could have smaller projects, just like a one-time thing for maybe $200 or $300, something like that. So trying to get more interest going within the community for smaller things, and once you get maybe funded for a small thing, you might be able to expand that to a broader and larger project for a real scholarship. So that's kind of like where we are for now. So we're really in the brainstorming sessions, or how we can make it more accessible and amenable to our citizens, to make it more meaningful.
And excuse me, it's Yountville residents only.
It's for Yountville residents, that's right. It's Yountville residents applying for the grant. Oh, wait a minute. Sam, didn't we have somebody from Napa, a group from Napa?
No, it's a resident or a service club of Yountville.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's just Yountville people, citizenry, doing the applications. You know, one of my thoughts, Sam, as I thought about this, you know, why couldn't one of those applications do something around one of our sculptures? Because they're pretty creative, the sculpture, they're fabulous. Maybe somebody could think of something to be able to do with that. I don't know how the commission feels about that.
Show me.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So that's our next, we're meeting in July, so but more to come.
Well, in my experience of you, I don't think there's anybody else who could help more with the grant process than you, because you write a mean grant. You know how to do it. So,
But I just have to be careful not being too academic.
you?
What can you say? Okay, that's it. Thank you all.
Thank you, Linda. You know, I appreciate the reports. I think we all do, because we lose track of what's going on there. And they're doing great work.
Yeah, and it's important to bring it up too in this public forum also, just to keep the word out there, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't know about it.
Yeah, yeah. That's part of our concern. Even though we do good marketing, it's still part of our concern. It's not reaching some of the people we need to be able to reach. And so we're thinking about maybe we need, as the foundation, maybe we need to reach out a little bit more, maybe having some informational meetings or something like that for the community.
And I think by maybe possibly making the grants a little more approachable, or the projects, maybe people are fearful taking on $20,000, $15,000, and maybe a little smaller, just to keep things moving and get more going. But
The Arts Council of Napa Valley, they do a newsletter, and they're pretty good about posting grant applications. I think the most important thing would be just to make sure it's specific to Yountville. But they send out these newsletters. I don't know if it's once a month or how often it is. And they're very supportive of Yountville Arts. We're in it often. And it might be a good, avenue to get a listing. I don't know on the board anymore. Richard used to be on the board of the Arts Council.
Oh, Richard Hall?
Yes, Richard Hall. And
We communicate with them, with the newsletter,
Yeah.
and like we send them the art tip and stroll call and stuff like that. That's a great suggestion.
yeah, great.
So Sam, you could help with that too. Okay.
That's awesome. Okay, well, anything else that commissioners have to add? We'll see you all at Art Sip and Stroll. Thank you for all of this. And is there a motion to adjourn?
Yes, I motion to adjourn.
Is there a
second.
Yes.
It's not raining. We should go quick.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, well, thank you again. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you again for being here, all of you.
And happy Mother's Day to all you mothers.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day. You're going to be gone.